Hi, I'm Marilyn, the North Hills Quilter. I want to talk to you today about how I mark my AccuQuilt die cuts. I know a lot of different people mark them differently, and what I do is different from what I've seen on the web, and I just want to share the tips that I use that really help me a lot. First thing I just want to share is I really love the way it folds up and is really portable, so I can carry it around with me when I go to my Binky Patrol meetings. I'm a Binky Patrol area coordinator, and we do a lot of charity quilts, and this has really helped me for dealing with a lot of the scraps that I get. A lot of people, they don't like dealing with the scraps, leftover pieces that they get when they make a quilt, and so they bring me boxes and boxes, and I've been dealing with a lot of those scraps for a lot of years, and so I have lots and lots of buckets and bags of scraps. I like the way it folds up and it sticks together, and it's really portable. So this is the die that comes with the Go Cutter. It's got 3 different shapes on it, and you can't really see where the blades are in it. You have to be careful because they are pretty sharp in here. I use my rotary cutter ruler with it when I'm marking my dies here. And what I do is I lay this right on top of where the die cuts are on here. And I use a silver Sharpie. I just lay that right on top, and I mark way beyond where those lines go. And you can see that it goes way off to the edge. And I'll show you why in just a second. I lay along all of those on all 4 sides of where these go. And you're thinking, what is this lady doing? Why is she marking so far beyond where those go? And so this is one shape here, and you see there's 4 little tiny triangles inside of here. If you want, which I like to do as well, is I mark even inside of those. And I'm going to mark all the triangles way outside of those lines. And the reason that I do that is because when I have scraps, I'm going to lay them on top of this. When I lay them on top, it covers up these lines. And what I've seen before is people just mark the shapes. Well, when you lay your scrap on top, it covers up your lines, and you don't know where those lines are. But when you've got the lines going beyond the sides of the shape, and you lay your scrap on top, you can still see where the die cuts are going to go. And so here is the bigger square. I'm going to go along here, and again going all the way off. And it's kind of harder to do when you've got lots of shapes on here. It's a little easier. I've got lines going every which direction. Going off the edges again, and a little tiny square. I'm having a lot of fun with this little tiny square. I didn't used to like sewing little tiny pieces together, and that's why my scraps have been building up and building up for lots of years. I've been the area coordinator for the Vacaville Binky Patrol for almost 7 years now. I can't believe it's been that long. But I started in February of 2004. And there you go. Lots and lots of lines going in all different directions. So now, what do you do with that? Well, now you grab some scraps. And you take a piece and you say, okay, where is that going to fit? Well, when I lay it on top of here, if you can see, the lines are going off the edges here. And I know that this piece is going to fit here. When I lay it over here, I say, ooh, that's pretty close. Is it going to fit? Well, I see that my lines are here and here. And when I lay it on top, sure enough, it'll fit in that piece right there. Just barely. I'm pretty thrifty, and well, some people call me cheap, and I like it for it to use up as much as I possibly can. So I would probably lay this one, fold it over, so I can get as much as I possibly can out of that. And I'm going to lay it right here on top of this piece, back and forth and back and forth, and I'm going to get a nice big square out of that scrap. I'll grab myself another piece here, and notice I double it back and forth, so that's 6 layers right there. This one's kind of an oddball looking piece, and he'll fit over here, so I can lay this guy back and forth and back and forth. And again, I see my edge line over here. I can't see it off that side, but I know that it's going to be a straight line going back and forth and back and forth. And I've got little extra pieces over here. What I'd probably do is grab a pair of scissors and just snip that off, but I don't really need to. And let's see. This is how I like to organize all my scraps. So Perfect one jumped onto the floor. Nice little triangle guy. And I can fold him. Stick him right there on top of that guy. Good enough. And then I'm going to grab my well-loved and well-used mat that goes on top, and you'll notice it's got lots of little gouges and lines on top of it. It's a good idea to flip it over back and forth each time. And the way I know which side goes next is you notice it's got a nice curve to it. So that's the side that goes down. Next time it'll curve it the other way and that side will go down. So I just lay that on top. And you hold it, and I like to put my hand on the side that has the die on it because that's the side that's going to want to kind of pop up. And be careful, because when I first started I would shove my fingers underneath here and it sucks it down and pulls that in, and it'll grab your fingers underneath it. So just kind of give it a nice shove once it gets started in there. I put my body weight on this, give it a little lean, roll it, away it goes, pop it up, and it sticks all over the place. Pull it off. There I've got some squares. Here I've got some little squares. There's the rest of those big squares. And here all this mess that likes to stick to the top of the mat. We've got, oops, they're stuck a little bit. Might need some scissors on those. And they're stuck in here somewhere. A little tug. Some diamonds in there. A little treasure hunt. And there we go. And you never throw anything away, that gets made into a dog bed.